South African deathcore band Vulvodynia have been spearheading the slamming deathcore movement ever since 2014. Everyone knows them for their pick sounds, everyone and their grandma has worn their merch. Now, to rather inconvenient circumstances, they had to drop their singer. Their guitar player, Lwandile, has stepped up to the position though, and they dropped a new album, Adamaster, in early July this year. I didn't have the chance to listen to any of the new material yet, but that is what we're gonna do together today. Let's check this out. A little bit of mathcore vibes already. Very dissonant. Love the two-sided colored hair. Works especially great with threads. Oh man, that lady is in pain. Holy shit. Yeah. Love that Vandal has some chain game going on. Headless guitars. Damn, this went tagged really fast. Okay, back to the intro riff. Okay. Damn. Atmospheric type witch hard. I love that. This song shit. Reminds me of IA in a very positive manner. Yeah. That's definitely how you move to music like this. Dude. That's like some Jason Richardson type shit. Such a glassy lead tone too. I don't know if that's a coil split or what. It sounds very clean. Ooh, and the flutter. Nice. Okay. Freaky ass Ormsby guitar. Really nice finger tattoos. Yeah. That's how you do it. With the flutters with this Olivia ass tone, it's nothing I would have expected in a Vulvodynia song, but... Your life's about to end, okay. Breakdown time, let's go. Oh, gun, yeah. Love how the bass is just really growling in the background. Yeah. This is kind of what I expected from Vulvodynia. Oh, and that's it. Okay, that's the song. A lady angel just died in front of that bearded old man. Okay, let's do a quick vocal analysis. So we're starting out with upper tongue tunnel false chords, really cool deathcore technique. What I like about the way that he's utilizing his tongue here is that it doesn't take away too much of the enunciation. It doesn't sound like he's screaming with a sock in his mouth. It's not like, it's more like with a very open mouth, and he can still like touch the tips of his teeth with the tongue very casually so that you have some sense of relaxed enunciation. That's really cool. Many vocalists that go for a technique like this will shape their mouth very O-like. And he's not doing that. He's keeping his mouth a bit more open, so it's more like... The vowels don't get distorted into like a mess of O's. Very cool. Let's continue. Okay, so that's also a really cool switch in tone. For the last line of the first verse, he switched up his compression setting. Not the digital compression, but the one directly inside of his throat. So the reason that the last line here sounded as dark and distorted as you could hear it is because there's more false chords involved. It's not but it's really compressed. It's really like, you can really hear the sound of this wall of organ matter that he needs to force his voice through. It's really strongly compressed, but he's breathing strongly, so it works. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Now we're doing some Dickie Allen type fry highs. Definitely cool, definitely cool. The principle that I just talked about for the lows kind of applies here too, but he is leaning more towards a stereotypical A. Like the is always kind of the common denominator between those syllables. You know, it's not the tempest orchestrates, it's the tempest orchestrates, symphonies, like that. The tempest orchestrates symphonies of my despair. So what he's doing with the despair there, despair! That's a zombie high. There are many possible names for it. Some people call them goblin highs, some people call them zombie highs. I don't care, because the first time I've heard them was in a Dickie Allen post circa 2014, even before he joined Infinite Annihilator, in an infamous Facebook group. If any of you guys remember, write it down in the comments, because yeah, that's been a video for the ages. Yeah, so that's a very cool and neat way to add emphasis to the end of a line. It's a Thomas Road with lions in his fight! Okay, that's a very strongly projected mixed technique, I'd say. So there is a proper fry engagement with a false chord at the base. Nothing too remarkable about it except for the tone and attitude. It's like super girthy and super full sounding. I really like it. Reminds me a lot of the Carl from Bread of Sacrifice, or even some Oceano vocals that I heard Adam do. He does compress and lower his pitch by the same way that many people would do with their low false chords, but the way that he projects his real voice into the scream kind of dictates the way of the resonance into the fry. What many people would do, they would try and compress the compression muscles for fry and false chords simultaneously, and essentially end up choking themselves, like, because the more compression you add, the more your voice gets stuck in the larynx, and then the sound diminishes. With a way of blending the distortions like this, it doesn't happen. It's just a very strongly compressed false chord scream into the fry resonance chambers, but without too much added compression. Very good technique. Not many people can do this. This is really cool stuff. Now we're in kind of mad golem territory right here. So this is the part that in the reaction I called witch vocal part, because it evokes the same emotion in me as the witch vocal parts in IA songs. It's very, like, darkly pronounced. The voice acting is really on point. It really evokes pictures inside of your head when you hear voices like "The quake of mountains echo as power prevails! Yes, voice now loud as thunder, as slaughter regale!" It's really, so eerie and dark and evil. I fucking love it. It's not the most aggressive vocal that you can do, but it has a vibe. It has such a dark and evil vibe. It gives me goosebumps every time. The staccato rhythm, really good idea. Why? Because the guitar in the background is playing straight arpeggios. There isn't enough groove in the instrumental there, so it makes the part so much more good. Really, really nice idea to throw in some staccatos there.
That's right, you fucking piece of shit. Your life is about to end. Enormous and grotesque. Where your little fucking noisy stairs. Has gone by
Okay, I don't think Cal Medina was in the video, so that's why I didn't recognize this part as him, but now that I see his name atop of the lyrics here, definitely makes sense. Definitely sounds really, really cool, and not like the singer of Vulvodynia. Definitely one of the greatest deathcore build-up parts I've ever heard. So what's really interesting about this feature part is how low it is and how much aggression Kyle manages to transport. So for some people, low vocals come really naturally. When you listen to a singer like Benoit from Shadow of Intent, he will sound like it's nothing to him. Because it isn't. Because it's just his super low voice, and then he adds false chords on top and it just sounds that monstrous. But with this feature part right here, you can tell it's not the most natural thing for him, which isn't a bad thing. He pulls it off nicely. But the more you work for the low pitch to happen, the harder it becomes normally to put aggression into it. And he does both at such a great level. It's actually astonishing. It's actually really, really cool to hear him do this. Hats off to you, Kyle. Good job. Good fucking job. And it sounds monstrous, right? It just sounds so fucking monstrous. Okay, so Now we're more in the territory of grindcore and slamming deathcore vocals again. His mouth isn't moving this much for the lyrics to happen, if they are happening at all. This is a upper tongue tunnel false chord with mouth almost closed off and super little jaw movement to kind of evoke a sense of enunciation, even though there isn't much. It's like... essentially, that's what he's doing. And then, towards the end, for the stereo pun, he does a little difference. Okay, the last thing is just... That's like really nothing but rhythm with a more highly compressed false chord, so it sounds even more like a machine, essentially. It's not even in his throat anymore. This is like a black metal singer closing his mouth and just doing... Yeah, but super creative, and I applaud Lwandile to the creativity behind this. So yeah, very cool, very, very cool. I loved every little bit of it. I'm here for it. I'm here for bands switching up the pace in modern deathcore, and Vulvodynia is definitely one of the bands that does this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like and subscribe if you liked what you saw, and we're gonna see each other in the next video. Bye bye.